Welcome back to Impulse Plays. I'm Crazy Carl Winter here with Dave Raska, the guy who revolutionized pre-modern. I think I don't think it's a tall stretch to say that, and is continuing to influence the format to this day. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Carl. Thanks for the generous compliment.
Of
Uh,
course.
you're not too shabby yourself, and I'm excited to see this match.
Yeah. So we got a crew battle between the Rochester Royals. We got you versus our buddy Alex. So let's look at Alex's deck list first, because I think it's pretty fair to say it's the protagonist here. Um,
Oh yeah,
so we got Tinker Stax. I like that it has Tangle Wire against you. That's what I think will probably be most effective for him. I don't know about what you think. Like the Winter Orb's probably not so much, right?
I feel like this deck, it looks kind of like the pieces. It kind of comes out the gate slow, but then all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden you're out of the game before you know it. The
Right.
Tangle Wires and a Welder, or Winter Orb Tangle Wire, that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm mostly just scared of him assembling multiple cards together.
For sure. Yeah. That's how that deck really functions. Is it's the pieces are greater than the sum of the parts. So they just kind of multiply on each other. Like the sphere resistance combines well with the Winter Orb or the Tangle Wire and vice versa. They all just kind of work well together to keep the opponent out of the game. And then the other side of the equation, we've got your really sweet Dreadnought deck, which I'm not familiar with those basics, but they are beautiful.
They're Venetian Islands from
Nice.
Euro set. Yeah,
Very
they're my
nice.
favorite.
Very nice. The wild thing that I mean that we discussed when we talked later in the day was that you're playing one Gush in this deck list. Well, two technically, but one in the main deck. Any what's your rationale for that?
So I wanted to try some accumulated knowledge
Mm-hmm.
main deck version
Mm-hmm.
of Dreadnought, and when you have accumulated knowledge, you need more mana.
Mm-hmm.
Gush makes it so you have less mana.
Yeah.
I also really wanted to try out the thwarts
Mm-hmm.
to help with the replenish and enchantress matchups.
Mm-hmm.
And thwart and Gush don't do well together, so
No.
I actually cut all the Gush and then I slowly brought it back.
Right.
I'm just trying to find the happy medium of draw spells, counter spells, and combo pieces.
I wonder if you could just cut Gush straight up for Flash of Insight and just like lean harder into that thwart foil game plan, right?
I think it's totally a viable strategy, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
just you have the two Gush in the sideboard
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Well, let's take a look at this match if I can get it to pull up here. And we've got you on the left playing Dreadnought and Alex on the right playing Tinker Stacks. And we're doing rock, paper, scissors. So you goes first. I love that. Is that scissors cuts paper? Yeah, scissors cuts paper. This means
Yep,
Alex is gonna be
that's
going
right.
first. Great.
Yeah, Alex is on the play. He has an amazing jacket. He has a
Mm-hmm.
Mamalays
Oh, I see
patch,
it
if
there.
you know
Yep.
about Mamalays. That's the LobsterCon deli right next door, and
Yeah.
I
It's a
can't wait to
staple at
get
this
with that
point.
same patch.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. That's sick. That's sick. Okay, so it looks like Alex is mulliganing down to 5. Yes, 5. So cut down to that. And oh, I'm surprised you didn't put out a Royals token to kind of like claim the turf, but that's cool.
I have to respect the mat. I have to
That's fair.
respect the Impulse crew. You got some good vibes going on here.
Thank
I
you.
didn't want to ruin it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, so we got the Phyrexian Furnace turn 1, which typically isn't very good, but your deck is playing 2 Flash of Insight, so the Furnace is actually pretty good for neutering that a little bit, right?
It's secretly good also against the community knowledges, so
Oh yeah.
it's actually a pretty live card. It might not matter because it's not the most important way to win, but
Right.
it could make a difference.
It's definitely gonna hurt your
I'm
long
excited.
game.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
I see this start of Sea Traders Shivdon Reef, and that means he's kind of off to the races. He can probably play anything in his hand right now. And he
Mm-hmm.
plays the Croesus Catacombs, which makes it so he can bounce that and get the 2 mana. So he's at 4 mana on turn 3.
One of my favorite
He
interactions
can
of the
play.
format.
So it's so perfect, especially because the Croesus Catacombs is just the best fixing and
Right.
in the color combination anyway.
Yeah, it's the volcanic island you have at home. And we got a turn 3 Tangle Wire coming out, which meets a counterspell, which makes sense because that basically time walks you for 3 turns.
That could be the game if I didn't counter there, because you could play a Winter Orb and then a
Mm-hmm.
Welder, and then I just never untap. So
Mm-hmm.
luckily I had the counterspell.
It looks like
Because he's mulliganed to 5, I wanted to play slow and
yeah.
just have more cards than him
No
mostly.
reason. Yeah,
Because
no reason to take a
yes,
risk, right?
exactly. I think I have a Dreadnought and I possibly have interaction, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to leave a turn open where you could just drop an Ensnaring Bridge or something
Right.
like that that could
Right.
counteract me.
Although it's funny is when I first started playing Tinker Stacks, I'm like, oh yeah, Ensnaring Bridge is so good against Dreadnought until I remembered Vision Charm has extra modes.
That's true. Yeah, you can just phase it out and
Mm-hmm.
attack twice.
Yep. Yep. And we got the Stifle on the Dreadnought. So way back in the day, we used to have Goblin Welders in Vintage, which would stop Phyrexian Dreadnoughts because you would cycle them in and out, so they'd have to sacrifice themselves. This is back when you used Illusionary Mask to cheat them into play. Nowadays, you can just Stifle or Vision Charm it again, and it's not nearly as clever. But hopefully, Alex can pull something like that off because he's got a Dreadnought facing him down, and that's a 2-turn clock.
That's true. And I do have a Thwart backup, and I think I have a Vision Charm. So not too much I'm scared about here unless he has multiple spells.
Yeah, yeah. Alex really wants to hit his one of Icy Manipulator here. But it looks like he's sitting on Winter Orb, Dynamo, and Tinker. So he can Tinker here and grab a Tango Wire, but it looks like you're probably going to just shut it down. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the card that I knew I couldn't let resolve.
Mm-hmm.
He can get anything in his deck, and that's the best card of the turn for sure.
Yep. All right, and his life total is more than halved.
I'm feeling pretty good because I have that Vision Charm, so I can blank Ensnaring Bridge for a turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna port in him and hope
Oh, that's rude.
make sure he doesn't draw anything.
Yep, you just give him like a Sphere Resistance or Tango Wire, or not Tango Wire, Goblin Welder. There's just not much going on for him there.
I think there's 3 blanks. I don't
yeah,
really
you just yeah, there's nothing there you're worried about. And yeah, Alex is gonna scoop it up and head on to game 2.
Yeah, it's tough when you roll to 5, and you have to have that a good start.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You really need that like early Sphere into Tangle Wire, or you got to resolve that Tangle Wire into the Winter Orb or something like that. This is a cool looking Black Vice. I feel like there's some sort of alteration on it, but I can't tell what it is.
It has a Rochester Royal stamp, and then I think it says something along the lines like "Ouch, that hurts" or something like that.
That's cute. That's cute.
The reason I know is because we made those for an event, and I was the one who doodled on each card.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, so the furnace comes out again after a turn 1 Black Vice. So we've got the Delver of Secrets of the format in play. That's how I've always referred to that.
Yeah, I was caught off guard by the Vice. I knew I had to do something quick because that can end the game pretty quickly. But I got the Keg. That should answer the Vice.
Answers them both very cleanly. I mean, actually, yeah, Alex may not have. Oh no, he can. Okay, I was thinking it was a mistake to exile your card because he can't exile anything with the sacrifice ability of the furnace, but he can just wait until you sacrifice your powder keg and then exile the powder keg. So it's not an issue. He's good. He's good.
Right. Yeah.
And drops Tango Wire into nothing. Nice.
I think he's holding up the furnace activation.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. All right.
I have an island foil. This whole game, I'm just basically trying not to let him resolve a key spell because I'll win the long game. He has no card draw, so I just have to make sure I don't give him an opportunity to land something good.
Yeah, sometimes these Tinker Stacks decks play Fact or Fiction, and Alex is not, which I think is fine. I love Fact or Fiction though, so I like having that out there. So interesting stack interaction here. So the way it works is Alex's triggers go on the stack however he wants, and then your triggers go on the stack however you want. So what could have happened here, should you have been so inclined, it doesn't seem like you're any rush to, but you could have put your counter on your keg and then sacrificed it in response to the Tango Wire to take out the Black Vice. You'd still take the damage from the Black Vice, but you would have it for one less turn in play. But again, it's a fairly static thing. I don't think you're too worried about it.
I think I must have messed up the rules because I thought the Vice would go resolve first, and then
the Vice will resolve no matter what, but you can still keg it away this turn because you can respond to the Tango Wire tap with the sacrifice of Powder Keg, because the Powder Keg trigger goes, oh wait, no, it's your turn. I'm sorry. You're right. You did it right. I'm sorry. I was thinking it was Alex's turn for some reason. Yeah, no, it's active player then inactive player. So your trigger goes on the stack, then Alex's resolves, and then yours would resolve. So yeah, you can't actually sacrifice. You can sacrifice it now, but my apologies. I was completely miscompleting how the rules work there.
This is awkward because I want to tap the keg to the Tangle Wire, but I also want to kill the Vice so I don't die. You can see how, I'm at 10 just from that Vice.
Yeah.
And if he had a Winter Orb to back that up, I think I'd be,
just out of
in
the
pretty
game.
big trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The challenging thing here is like, yes, you're at 10, but you're also not dead. And Black Vice is a very binary card. Like, it's either going to kill you or it's not, and it's very easy to play around. Especially in a situation where there's no real lock pieces other than Tangwar. Like, Tangwar is kind of a soft lock piece. I think Alex really needs 2 pieces in play to really make it threatening. So he needs to have Winter Orbs, Sphere, or Sphere, Tangwire, Wire, Winter Orb, that kind of combination.
Yeah. Or plus one more lock would be phenomenal. That
Mm-hmm.
port has been doing wonders for him because I just can't keep any of my counter spells open. I
Mm-hmm.
believe I have a null in my hand, and I can't play it. I
Yeah.
think I have a fort, so I still have an opportunity to do something here, but it's very costly.
Yeah, it sends you back to the Stone Age. You go back to 1 land drop and play. Ooh, the Icy
Yeah, and then the
Manipulator.
Tangle Wire gets me even more.
Mm-hmm.
That card that card is something else. I didn't think it was gonna be that good, but
Mm-hmm.
it is amazing just to be able to tap anything.
Yeah, no, it's
Answer
great.
Dreadnought.
Okay, so Alex is a situation here where he needs to sack his furnace. Yep. And he recognizes
I'm
correctly that
pretty
he can get
sure
yours. Yep. And the Vice
I'm
is
making
dead.
sure I don't die to the Vice,
Yep.
even though there's other stuff I need to worry about.
Yeah, you might have. I mean, if you wanted to, you could have probably held off on blowing up the keg for a turn or two, but I don't think it really matters either way. It's just cleaning it up is good. And like you
I
said,
was
that port's
mostly
good.
wondering, like,
Mm-hmm.
is you can play another 1-drop? I didn't think you would play another 1-drop.
No, yeah, probably not.
So there's not too many 1-drops in the deck, so I just wanted to pad my life total a little bit.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Makes sense.
I believe I could have
And
played a Dreadnought, but then I would have been open to him having 2 good cards in his hand, and
okay.
he has 4 cards. So I was trying to wait until he plays out his hand mostly before I go for it.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So a null comes out on the Thrain Dynamo, which I agree with. Yeah, that's nice follow up though from Alex. Like you said, 2 good cards. There's the second one.
Yep.
So your combo now costs 4 mana minimum. 2 for the
Yeah, and
Dreadnought,
it
2 for
gets
the Stifle.
awkward too because he could tap me out with the report if I go for it,
Mm-hmm.
and then resolve whatever he wants. I also
Actually,
don't really know what is an Alex deck because it's not like Tinker
not open.
Stax is
Yeah.
most common
Not
deck.
at all. Nope, not at all. Interesting interaction here too is you have to have another land in play if you want to protect with a thwart or foil because the sphere shuts down the free counter magic.
Exactly, and then even if I do that, he can just icy it over and over again. So
Which is pretty sick. Yeah.
I'd rather just play it slow here.
Yep. Yeah. You're under no threat here. It's just you're mildly inconvenienced, and you just have to kind of deal with that for a little while. So excellent example of being patient because I know a lot of people, especially a lot of newer Dreadnought players, I feel like they try to rush to get the game over because they're like you got this 12-12, you want to just end the game, get it done, but that's not how you're playing this game at all.
Yeah, and the Tingle Wire goes away, so I'm not really
Mm-hmm.
concerned on taking my time because every turn gets a little bit better.
Yeah. Yep.
And like you said, with now that I cracked the keg, if I let him resolve a welder, I'm in big trouble because I
Mm-hmm.
can't keep my Dreadnoughts in play. So
Yeah.
and I also can't really get a keg up to enough to kill it. So
Yeah.
I just want to play patient. I want to make sure I cover all my bases, but I'm also concerned because he has a port and an icy and then a sphere, so I really can't protect that much because he can
Right.
port me icy and then untap, port me icy. So
Yeah.
basically, I'm actually really scared right now because he could just resolve whatever he wants,
Yep.
even though it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I honestly forgot the Icy Manipulator hits lands. Like I know it in the back of my brain, like I know it, but like I didn't think about it until you started talking about it. Like, yeah, that's really funny. And Icy Manipulator is what actually, spoiler, won Alex the spiciest deck award for this tournament, which was a bottle of Cholula sauce and what was the other thing? He got a playset of
4
something, I think.
Umbilicus.
4 Umbilicuses, that's
4
right.
Umbilicus.
Yep.
And the funny story was that he bought 4 Umbilicuses that week.
That's really funny.
Yeah. So he's stacked with Umbilicuses now.
Made of Umbilicuses.
Yeah.
Well, now they're just top 8 prizes. You got 8 of them.
Yeah. I just saw what he had there, and I just realized I couldn't really hold up interaction very well. And it doesn't seem like he has that much going on. So I'm getting
Right.
the Dreadnought out, giving him a turn to resolve a spell,
Mm-hmm.
and hope he doesn't just ruin my day here.
There's not a lot he can do that's worse than that's already on the board, right? Like he can resolve Winter Orb, I think, is the worst thing. But you already have the Dreadnought in play, and he has to use one of his lands or the Mind Stone to activate the Icy Manipulator.
He's stuck on red and blue mana, so the worst thing that could happen is he just draws a source and he starts playing spells.
Yeah.
So that's partly why I went for it. I felt comfortable with the keg because the one card I don't want to see is Welder,
Mm-hmm.
and I had an answer to that.
Right.
But probably like the worst thing is he draw a land, play a Welder, and then play like a Winter Orb or something.
Sure.
Or a Steering Bridge, or Tinker for a target.
Yeah, well, there's the Winter Orb a turn late, and it looks like he does have a Goblin Welder in hand, if I'm reading it correctly. So yeah, that, like you said, that Color Screw is really hitting him pretty hard here. With Red Blast as well.
Yeah, it's just he's drawing cards that he wants to have drawn, like if your turns will go.
Yeah.
And then,
yep.
Yeah,
classic
and also
order.
His mana is also hurting him because he can't free port me, and crack the stone and all this stuff. So if those were different lands, he could probably crack that Mind Stone and draw a card early.
Yeah, you're indicating that Powder Keg is coming for the Icy Manipulator.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is if he gets a Welder in play, unless it was on 1, I can't kill it because he just can always get my kegs out, and then the Icy hits the. So he had maybe like one turn window here, where he had a really good opportunity to resolve some spells, but I'm feeling a little over the hump now that I have my untapped mana.
For sure, yeah, he could have turned the corner, but it just the cards just didn't line up the way he needed them to. And yeah, he hit the Winter Orb, but again, a little bit too late. He's got all the ingredients he needs to succeed. It's just a matter of getting him out. So he's got the Tangle Wire, but he's at 8. Yeah, I think he's just dead.
I see a Winter Orb in his hand, so he could kill or tap the Dreadnought one more time and then the keg will kill it. But then maybe the Tangle Wire Winter Orb could combo.
Yeah.
But I just don't want him to, like that. The Tangle Wire would allow him to resolve a spell with his port and sphere. So I just said no thanks.
Yeah, yeah. I'm good. Not today. Not today.
Yeah.
And Alex draws his full playset of Ancient Tombs.
Not what you want to see when you're 8 life.
Not so much, no. Keg blows up the Icy Manipulator, and the Dreadnought is freed from its icy prison. And Alex can kill himself. Yep, he's allowed to do that.
There we go.
And that's the match. Rough beats for Alex there. He had all the pieces he needed, and he just didn't get the mana for it. That's tough.
Yeah, you had the Welder, and you just never drew the red.
Yeah.
Which is by far the scariest card, because I can't counter anything, but if I don't counter the Welder, then he can get anything back from his graveyard as well.
Right, yeah. And actually, he can start, like I said, he can start doing that trick I mentioned earlier with the swapping the Dreadnought for, like, Powder Kegs and vice versa. Like,
exactly.
And you just don't get to keep a creature in play anymore.
Yeah, and the keg can't even get up to 1 to kill the Welder.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Which is pretty brutal. Looks like he brought in Red Blasts, which makes sense. He's only got 2. I don't think he brought in Crumbling Sanctuary, even though it'd be very cute because you don't die to damage, but you're just going to get decked in 3 turns anyway, so.
That's true.
Icy Manipulator was pretty sweet.
The Icy was great. I think he sideboarded pretty well. Some of the cards that seem a little bit like maybe he doesn't need to actually win the game. So like I see Triskelion in his hand. It's not a card you're really excited about, but it is a clock. And
yes,
that's the thing, is you don't want to give me infinite time just to keep drawing cards.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, I've won some games playing Feb just attacking with Triskelion. Like it's a 4/4 ends the game pretty quickly. Oh,
there's not that much I can kill it with.
Did you leave in your Brain Freezes, or are those still in your sideboard? Oh, those are still in your sideboard. Okay.
So, that's my sideboard. I took out the AKs because I felt like I had enough card draw, and
Mm-hmm.
Daze seems poor against soul lands, and I just brought in better counter spells.
Yeah, that makes sense. Ooh,
Um,
dominate the heretic. That'd be very rude.
yeah. The
Sadly,
thing is, I
yeah,
thought
you
it
don't
was
have it.
something I could kill all his artifacts with, but I need red mana, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it was safe.
Yeah. Could you? So you could have. Oh, there'd be like a corner case if Alex was playing Fire Diamond, where you play multiple dominates and you dominate a Fire Diamond. He animates with Karn, and then you take the Virashina Heretic. Uh, that's just not a world we live in, unfortunately.
Probably not. You can Vision Charm though and make a red mana.
That's true. You can do
Um,
that a couple times. Yeah.
yeah.
Good
So
call,
that
man.
that is an answer, but I
God,
was
that
mostly
card's
I think
dumb.
we're discussing like how we sideboard and if we should change anything.
No, I
But
think
he
it's
brought
good.
out all the good
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
seems good. I like the Black Vice. Black Vice is very good. Like if you have a slow draw, you can just choke on it and die. Like I said, it's
very
easy to
true.
play around, but it's also a thing you have to be very deliberate about. And if you just don't have the cards lined up the way you need to, you can just it's like Delver Secrets. You just die to it in 6 turns.
I mean, I took 10 damage from a 1 mana card, and then I
Mm-hmm.
had to
That's a
spend
good
2
rate.
mana to destroy it.
Yep, that's a good rate.
So yeah,
And
if
so
you went
Alex
turn
got
one
this.
double black vice, I would just been dead.
Yeah, yeah, straight up, yeah. That's wild. I didn't think about that. But excellent match, well played on both sides. Very bad beats for Alex there. But we will. I don't know if we see Alex later on. I have to check our match coverage, but I know I played against him later in the day, so he continued to do well. So good job on him, and you also did pretty well. So we'll see how that works out later on.
All right.
Excellent. Any final comments on the match before we let the good people go?
I just think that's a really cool deck Alex is
Yeah.
playing, and um, as you saw, I'm able to 5 and then never drawing a colored source.
Yeah.
Makes it hard to win.
Yep, very much so. Very much so. All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the match. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next one. For Dave and myself, have a good one. Bye.
Take care.